Hi there, Mike Collins here from Persuasive Presentations. Today I'd like to talk about a very important principle of persuasion, one of Robert Cialdini's 7 principles, called the Principle of Reciprocation, or as I'd like to call it, give and you shall receive. Now, some years back I was working with a sales director. He'd pop in and offer to make teas and coffees to everybody there. He typically then spent the next 15 minutes or so brewing up, making small talk. Other times he'd drop in on a warm day with ice cream for everybody. Now, he was a likeable fellow and was an excellent salesman, relationship builder. But it was only some years later that I realised he was putting Robert Cialdini's persuasion principle of reciprocation into action, and very effectively too. Let me illustrate what reciprocation means with the results from one of Cialdini's experiments. Now, picture this candid camera type situation. A researcher, Joe, and another individual are standing in a room doing some work together. Now, they don't really know each other. Joe leaves the room and comes back with 2 bottles of Coke. He gives one to his temporary colleague. Then, after about 30 minutes, Joe asks his colleague to buy a substantial number of raffle tickets. Now, this is repeated a number of times, all involving Joe, but with a different colleague or stranger every time. Now, except in some situations Joe gave out a bottle of Coke, and in some he did not. Well, the results? Joe sold on average twice as many raffle tickets to one person who was offered the Coke compared with the person who was offered no drink. The conclusion? Well, Cialdini found out through this and similar experiments that we humans have a very powerful obligation to reciprocate any favour given to us. We don't like to feel indebted for any period of time, and that's probably why Joe didn't offer to buy Coke. He just gave it unsolicited, as many people would have declined. But the eye-opener here, however, is that the size of the original favour can be much, much smaller than what's requested later. Nobody's saying, well, you got me a €1 bottle of Coke, so I'll buy you €1 worth of raffle tickets. Now, we often find ourselves in work situations where we ask ourselves, who here can help me? Who can I persuade? But this may be a short-sighted approach to influencing others. So instead, ask yourself, whom can I help more often? Knowing that the principle of reciprocation and the social obligation it confers on others will make future requests more effective. And now, I make sure that all of my own clients include an aspect of reciprocation in the persuasive presentations they design and deliver. Practical karma in action.